Namaste, Jai Bharat. The Hindus believe in karma, and from the theory of Vasana in Upanishads, the karma theory evolves. And from the same theory of Vasana, the Buddha actually directly speaks about Praditta Samappada in Pali, the theory of dependent origination. The entire theory speaks of one thing: your action creates impressions, and the impressions remains, and the impressions carries forward in time, and you get treated according to the work you do, the karma you do, and then you receive both either negative or positive benefits or whatever. That's the Hindus believe in such karma theories. It's basically from the Upanishads, the theory of Vasana, which you find again in Buddhism, because Buddha wanted to explain rebirth without speaking about soul. So he talks about the theory of dependent origination, which they call as Praditta Samappada or Praditya Samappada in Sanskrit. I just wanted to make simply a narrative. It's just a narrative, not really based. Just a narrative as what I feel is those all people who were involved in creating a Pakistan right from the history. All those were involved, all those were responsible for making Pakistan separate from Bharat, did not die easily. They all died miserable deaths. You can consider it as a coincidence, or as a Hindu, you can consider it as a karma. Karma phala it is called. Do you know who has coined the term Pakistan to mean pure place? Pure place. Actually, it is Pakistan, and then later they modified it into Pakistan. Pure, holy, whatever place. And that was done by Chaudhry Rahmat Ali. Chaudhry Rahmat Ali is unfortunately from a Gujar Hindu community, and then later converted into Islam, and is originally from Punjab, Hoshiarpur, Punjab. Hoshiarpur is otherwise also famous, especially you for people like you. You know that's a place where a film star Dev Anand was born. Dev Anand indeed used to be very great in his field. Everyone is a fan of Dev Anand. I don't think there's any critique of Dev Anand other than those who just make fun of some of his actions. They say, Hil Gaya. They used to tell, okay. So he's from Hoshiarpur, he's a Gujar. And that time, before partition, it was All India Muslim League. And they have funny structures like foreign committee, this and that, and a little bit. But in general, it's All India Muslim League who were aspiring for a Pakistan. Two nations theory comes later, but there are two nation theories coming, multiple people, many theories comes later. But it's All India Muslim League. But during when the All India Muslim League was in authority of making Pakistan, there were no Punjabi domination. And it's not only that there were no Punjabi dominations, Punjabis were not given even their due in All India Muslim League authorities. Others, especially the Urdu speaking people, they were handling things, not Punjabis. Punjabis were never any kind of authority with All India Muslim League. And there was only one instance when a Punjabi was made president of the annual conference, which was done in Prayagraj of today, Allahabad. That was when all other All India Muslim League leaders were in London for the round table. No one was left. So, under much hesitation, they made Muhammad Iqbal the president of the annual conference, where he gave that historic speech, which came into printing as 22 pages, that Islam is a polity, Islam is a unit, and all the stories. Muhammad Iqbal. He was only Punjabi. Otherwise, Punjabis were never kept in the good faith of All India Muslim League. But with the partition in 1941, the All India Muslim League, of course, loses significance and ceases to exist. And many in Bharat, especially from places like Kerala, they made an Indian Union Muslim League, parallel of what was All India Muslim League. All India Muslim League was formed in Dhaka. All India Muslim League was formed in Dhaka at the instance of the Nawab of Dhaka. So it had a Bengali hold. Sukravarti and people were there. It had a Bengali hold. But Indian Union Muslim League is a Kerala based thing, which happens after 1947 when Pakistan becomes a now Pakistan. So it was Rahmat Ali from Hoshiarpur, who was a Gujar, Punjabi. Yeah, he of course has done his graduation from Punjabi University, Lahore, Punjabi University, not Punjabi University, Chandigarh. Punjabi University, Chandigarh is a university that was started after partition. There is one university in the entire world, if I'm right, in the entire world, that is partitioned. A university is divided into Hindu University and Muslim University. Hindu implies Sikh, Jain, both our people, our religions, Bharati Dharmas. So they came to Chandigarh, but the first one was Punjabi University, Lahore, where Rahmat Ali studied, and where our Devanand studied. Devanand did his honors in English before going to Mumbai in search for acting chances. He went to act actually from Hoshiarpur to Mumbai. So Rahmat Ali was the person who coined the expression. He studied in Punjab University, became a graduate. He was not though he was called Chaudhary Rahmat Ali, he was not that rich. He was working with the Zamindar, Jagirdar, as an accountant, and because of his special ability and his capability, the Zamindar, who almost lost a case, and would have lost so much of money which he had forgotten, abandoned, and is written up that this I will not get. Because of the ability of Rahmat Ali, he gets all the money back. And the Zamindar becomes so grateful to Rahmat Ali because he knew that it's only because of Rahmat Ali's ability that he got that much money. So he gave a lot of money to Rahmat Ali in return, in gratitude that because of you, he got all this money. The moment Rahmat Ali got that money, he decided to go to London and to study law. So he went to a London law school and studied and became a barrister. And in London, he had done a lot of things towards his concept of Pakistan. He is the one who conceives Pakistan to begin with. Chaudhary Rahmat Ali, a Punjabi. But the Punjabis did not accept him later. I'll tell you why. Just because of caste. But Rahmat Ali has coined the term Pakistan, had made a map of Pakistan. Of course, almost today's map. He had excluded Bengal. He has excluded other places. Junagadh, of course, they were crying yesterday about Junagadh. Junagadh, Hyderabad, all these places is excluded. He has focused on Pakistan, chiefly focusing on Punjab. Others were not given importance. Precisely that's what is happening in Pakistan now. But he never dreamed that he himself is a Punjabi. The other Punjabis would ignore him and belittle him and oust him in time just because he is a Gujar in caste. He is converted. His grandfather must have got converted into Islam. But what is the kind of religion which the Punjabi Muslims follow, that you still keep caste? Of course, they do keep caste, because all of these Punjabis, they keep titles. They don't keep the titles like Arif Ajakia, who keeps his title, the village's name where he is born, which happens in Bharat, and he lives in Karachi. So, but then how about Chaudhary? How about Minhas? How about many such Bhatt? There are so many Bhatts in Kashmir, Pakistan, Kashmir also. Bhatts, they will even put Sharmas, I'm sure, such titles. They will give the Hindu titles, but will keep hating Hindus right from birth. No, right when they were conceived in their mother's bellies. So Rahmat Ali was focusing on his map of Pakistan by keeping Punjab in the middle, by keeping Punjab in the thought. Typical Pakistani Punjabi never mind. So he is the one who has done it. Then what happened? You may see. Then he has influenced a lot of people. Those days, Mohammedan Anglo Oriental College in Aligarh was always had a principal of from British origin who used to be in support of the Muslims against Hindus. Such people were made as principal, and they facilitated separatism. Those days it had not evolved into terrorism. It happens only much later. The separatism which had not evolved into terrorism, but then they created terrorism, maintained and spread terrorism. You see, from Aligarh, the Muhammad Anglo-Oriental College. It's Muhammadan Anglo-Oriental College, which was later made into Aligarh Muslim University. At the instance of Syed Ahmad Khan, they created places like Deoband School, and Deobandis, many such movements, all originated from Aligarh Muslim Universities, Aligarh Muslim University then. Of course, that time it was Muhammadan Anglo-Oriental College, MAO College of Aligarh. So, Rahmat Ali had some students who had gone from MAO College, and they joined together, they worked together. Many people who had been close to Rahmat Ali come back to Aligarh. Now this connection went on up to Deoband School. But with all these things, the All India Muslim League did not give it his due, or did not give the due to Rahmat Ali because he happened to be Gujar. That's it. Because he happened to be Gujar. All India Muslim League never accepted Punjabis basically, and the Punjabis did not accept Rahmat Ali because he is a Gujar. But he never found a space in the separatist movement of Pakistan and Bharat. He remained in London, and when subsequently in 1947, when Pakistan was carved out of Bharat, Rahmat Ali came the next year. Next year he moved to Pakistan with all the hope of living in Pakistan. He moved in, and no one bothered about him. Because he was Punjabi. By the time Punjabi domination was evolving, till separation, Punjabis had no space. But after separation, Punjabis become authorities, and then Punjabis they crushed others, and everything was Punjabi. But even then, the Punjabis did not want a Gujar caste. They maintained Islam is not supposed to have caste as per what they say, but then caste became got surfaced, and Chaudhry Rahmat Ali was really not accepted. And after coming into Pakistan and trying to live, he was a socially active man. He never kept quiet. He found one thing, that even in 1948, the killing of Hindus include Jains, Buddhists, and Sikhs in Pakistan. It continued. Killing of children, women, everything. It continued. It was continuing. Then Rahmat Ali wrote an article saying that don't kill them, send them back to Bharat. Why do you keep killing them? If you kill them, you have to bury them, or burn them or bury them. Of course, I don't know what they have done to our corpses of our people. I don't know what they have done. So you send them back to Bharat, let them go and live. That article no one liked. On the basis of the article, in 15 days' time, Chaudhry Rahmat Ali was arrested, put in jail. His entire property was confiscated and was kicked out of Pakistan. And I think in a couple of months, he went back to Cambridge, where he did his law, with nothing at all in his hand. He actually sold off his property and came back to live in Pakistan, and they kicked him out. Jinnah, Liaquat Ali, nobody wanted him. Jinnah, of course, was not a Punjabi, he was a Gujarati to speak of. And Liaquat Ali Khan, of course, wouldn't like Rahmat Ali. Nobody liked Rahmat Ali. They pushed him out, and then he lived there and died as a poor man. Penniless he died. He lived in poverty henceforth and died in poverty. That's the miserable end of the first person who coined the name Pakistan. First thing. Second is Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Jinnah, as you know, Jinnah was a very liberal person. He was not a fundamentalist Muslim. Like Rahmat Ali, he was also Hindu. Only his grandfather became Muslim. Then from that time only, second or third generation Muslim. And he was very Europeanized person. If you look at his photographs, he lived like the British. He thought that's the way one should live. Those days, people living lived in British India, including my father. They used to be very Brits in their attitude, talks, and very clean-shaven people. They never liked beard, and they never liked mustaches. My father was clean-shaven. The shoes will shine, pressed clothes, and they were never hardly casual. So Jinnah was living in. He lived in England and was rich enough, so he lived very posh-like thing. And there is an accusation. This is an accusation that he used to eat pork. I don't know why it was so close to him. He used to eat pork, maybe because it's forbidden. And of course, he smokes. He's always seen with pipe. Even Nehru was also seen with pipe smoking. Nehru was, very always suited, booted, and very perfectly clothed. Like the Britishers, my father used to tell, eat for yourself and dress for others. No, I remember my childhood, my father used to tell exactly the same words. Eat for yourselves and dress for others. Now, many things he'll speak like that. The old British kind of expressions. So, Jinnah used to dress for others. Very, very serious kind of things. Not casual like what we do these days. And the Punjabis again really did not like Jinnah, though they used to call him as Qaid-e-Azam. And of course, he never wanted Punjab. That's a different political reason. He wanted the Muslims to live in Bharat and get the maximum benefit from Bharat. So, that's a different story. They did not like Jinnah. They could not do anything because he was already called as Qaid-e-Azam and all kinds of things, father of nation and all stories. Jinnah had that projected respect, though many people never liked him because they have these stories running among them. They used to eat pork. I don't know whether he used to eat what. So that and all that he was, as a Muslim, not supposed to do. And then they say that he never used to do namaz praying, and they say he never went for Hajj. That of course is possible, that he must have never gone. If he had gone, then it would have been a record. Now all these narrations, so they disliked him, and the moment they got a chance, he was sick. Jinnah was unwell, sick, and he was in Sindh. Then he was brought in an aircraft to Karachi, and then was transferred to an ambulance and en route the hospital. The ambulance developed some snag. Was it deliberate? Was it deliberately created or real snag? I don't know. But logic suggests that they have deliberately delayed him. And for hours on, the ambulance was stuck on the road, and he died miserably in the ambulance without anyone near him, without anyone supporting him. All people were standing outside, and he died. Maybe there was no one even to give him water in the ambulance, and flies were sitting on his body by the time he reached the hospital. So whosoever is responsible, if it's a deliberate killing, have ensured that he did not survive. That's the death of Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Then unfortunately, his sister, and then of course his wife and children, I don't know much about them. His wife and children had already left Pakistan and came back to Bharat during his lifetime itself. then maybe they must have gone here. Other I have no details about them. I haven't searched. I haven't read that. I will read through this kind of things. These days, internet is available. You could have found. You can find. I never thought about finding, but not that much concern. So they shifted to Bharat from Pakistan during his lifetime itself. They had properties. Their properties possibly in Junagadh and also in Mumbai. And then I don't know what they have done. Some of them are still in Bharat or had gone abroad. We have no idea. I have no idea. Others must be knowing. Then he had a sister, Fatima Jinnah. She was a dental surgeon, today's BDS, studied in Calcutta, and allegedly she got she had an affair with a Hindu. Some stories. So they killed her. Somehow, with all kinds of stories and this and that, they were killed. And then, when her body was being taken in ambulance to some destination, wherever it is, the body was thrown out in the street. Insulted, thrown out in the street. This narration also I have heard. So, Fatima Jinnah, who was not, and she was in politics, of course. She was in politics. I maybe some member of something, but she was in politics. Her body was just thrown out and disgraced and all kinds of things. Then comes Liaquat Ali Khan. Liaquat Ali Khan was the first Prime Minister of Pakistan and is a product of Aligarh Muslim University. Aligarh Muslim University materializes as Aligarh Muslim University after Syed Ahmad Khan. So he, of course, then Liaquat Ali Khan and Nehru, no, they were two of a kind. They agreed and they made a pact, that Nehru Liaquat Pact. And the pact was only this: you protect your minorities, we protect our minorities. The thing is that Nehru, it's not Nehru's wish, many people know Sardar Patel was there. You get into a kind of agreement with Liaquat Ali Khan and say that the Hindus and the minorities, which would mean all Bharatiya religions, including Christians and Jews, if possible. There will be no Jews in Pakistan in any case. Living there as minority, the non-Muslims should be protected. And Liaquat Ali Khan agrees, and Nehru, of course, was more than happy to do that, especially to save the Muslims, not to save the Jews. He was not that interested in Jews, but he was interested in the Muslims for various reasons. So that pact was signed, and that pact made the Punjabis angry. And Liaquat Ali Khan was shot dead. That is the story. He was shot dead. So he also died a miserable death, unnatural death, miserable death. Then comes Suhrawardy. The Suhrawardy was the fifth Prime Minister. He happened to be Bengali, and he did the fundamental mistake that, like Urdu, Bengali also should be given the status of a national language. Naturally, he would say, because Bengali or Bangladesh is a part of Pakistan. He says, if Urdu is given status, Urdu is, of course, there is no language like Urdu. Again, I am repeating. It's a Hindi written in Persian script. It's a Hindi written in Persian script, which then deliberately stuffed in Persian words into it, and you call it as Urdu. There is no language like Urdu. It's basically the Hindi that we all speak. You just do icing on top of it with Persian words and write in Persian script. No, that's not your script, although it's Farsi. It is Farsi script. That's it. So this Suhrawardy wanted Bengali to get the status, and then of course that antagonized the Bengalis, and then he was also ousted. Sorry, he's antagonized the Punjabis, not Bengalis. And he was subsequently in no time ousted and thrown out from Pakistan, and he was sent to Lebanon, and he died in Lebanon helpless and as a nobody. Then there was a Safarullah Khan, who happened to be an Ahmadiyya, and of course though Ahmadiyyas are basically from Qadian, they are also called as Qadianis. he was also not accepted. He was also killed in 1953. Then there was a Christian who bears a Hindu name, Diwan Bahadur Satyaprakash Singha. उसको भी भगा दिया, thrown him out also, because he did not belong to the Punjabi community. Now, they went from Bharat. Pakistan was carved out of Bharat in the name of religion, in the name of Islam. And to what extent they understood Islam, no one knows. Those scholars of Islam, real good scholars of Islam, would judge to what extent the Pakistani Punjabis are Muslims. I don't think they can anywhere be called as genuine Muslims. So the area which was carved out of Bharat in the name of religion, and all those stood for this separatism and this separating from Bharat in the name of Islam, got killed in the name of Islam, in the name of religion. They did everything in the name of religion, and they also had to face miserable deaths in the name of religion. This is called karma. This is what I said is law of karma, if you accept. This is jaise karne vaise bharni. That kind of thing is what we speak in Hindi, not Urdu. Hindi. Urdu is an adulterated Hindi. Like Punjabi in Pakistan is adulterated Punjabi for several reasons. They don't speak Punjabi good. Our Punjabis would find it funny hearing them speaking Punjabi, and they don't know how to read and write in Punjabi. That's one thing. If you really call yourselves belonging to one language, you should know how to read and write. And no Punjabi in Pakistan knows how to read and write Punjabi, because Punjabi is written in Gurumukhi. Punjabi and Pakistanis want Persian script to write everything. Even Kashmiris, the Kashmiri language is destroyed. They started writing Kashmiri in Persian scripts instead of Devanagari. So those who created a separate nation in the name of religion got faced miserable deaths in the name of religion. So this is called jaise karne vaise bharne in Hindi, karma, law of karma, or praditya samupada, as Buddha says, or dependent origination in English, or vasana, as the Upanishad says. All are the same thing. We shall meet again with something else. Till then, namaste, Jai Bharat, Jai Siya Ram.